And this again is proof why I can't like the White Moonlight, is because he's just down outright disgusting. He won't take blame for what the main character did, because again, the main character only did the actions and things he did in his past life, like slaughtering his own sacks, slaughtering several sacks, going on a murder massacre, and becoming emperor because of the flower was inside him. He refuses to admit the main character's actions aren't his own. He refuses to admit that. He keeps telling the Melly, convincing the Melly that it's not his fault, even though he was the one who put the knife in the main character's hands. And the Melly does outright tell him that. He's like, one, you destroyed any good feelings he had, any good memories, happy moments, the good relationships he had with his uncle and aunt, with me, with his cousin. You destroyed all of those. You got rid of any good memory, any blissful memory from him, and stripped him of that so you could use him. And you 1,000 times his hatred for everybody. He wouldn't have done the things he did if you hadn't controlled his memories, emotions, and feelings. That drove his hatred. Like he had no control over his hatred for everybody, because that's the only thing he felt, and it was 1,000 times worse than anyone could have. Like he was nothing but a puppet to hatred. And you are a fault for that. But you know, the White Moonlight refuses to admit that. And he's like just hating upon the main character for the main character's actions and behaviors, even though again, the main character's life in this time around is proof that the main character wouldn't have become the way he did in his past life if the White Moonlight hadn't put the flower in him. It is proof of that. Even though he had hatred for his teacher and had thoughts against his teacher, he didn't do anything. And once he learned the truth about his teacher and realized, oh, he had actual feelings for the Melly and not the White Moonlight, he became even better. He was a better person. Yes, he made some mistakes because of his past memories and things. But again, he probably would never turned out like he did if it weren't for the flower. Yes, would he have been a little bit of a rude brat? Yes, he'd have been rude. But he wouldn't have been as terrible as he was in his past life. Just reading this one specific scene, even out of everything the White Moonlight had done, this is the part I feel way worse. Yes, he's disgusting, creepy, smelly, and I really, really want to stab him, but it is what really pisses me off is he stripped the main character of the memories of him writing letters to his dear, beloved mother. One of the people that he cared about so much, he stripped the main character of those memories. That he was writing letters to his mom, and he wanted to get to 1,000 letters. Why he was doing everything he was doing was for his mother, and he stripped the main character of that. He stripped the main character of why he joined the sack, why he wanted to help other people. He stripped that from him. And you want me to like the White Moonlight? No. Like, he never remembered that he was working on writing letters to his mother. And you want me to remember that? Like him? After that? Knowing that? No. Like, he's despicable. But, like, this hurt. It hurt a lot. And I just, no. Also, the White Moonlight won't even let the main character die in peace. Like, he got hold of the past version of the main character and brought him back to life. Like, that's the reason why the dude is still roaming about, is because he brought him back from the dead and is using him as a puppet. Now, he doesn't have complete control over him because, again, the, main character's past self sasses him. But again, his past self doesn't even realize this is the White Moonlight. Doesn't realize this is the person he did everything for to bring back from the dead. Doesn't even fully recognize him. Like, this is how miserable past self main character is. Like, he's not even allowed to rest after death. And he's still just clinging to the Melly. Like, this dude doesn't get any rest, both in his past life and this life, and his past self's dead life. Like, no rest for him. While being treated like nothing but a dog that can be easily thrown away. Because again, the White Moonlight threatens to get rid of him. Like, tries pulling on the leash that he has on the main character, and the main character doing everything in his power just to fight against the leash. Like, it is horrifying. We're gonna give him a new name. The, Heaven Starling's Bio Dad. We're gonna call him Bio Dad now because I actually like him better now. I originally didn't, but now I do. I do like him better, so he's getting a better name now. I'm just saying, so when you hear Cousin's Bio Dad, you will now know who I'm talking about. So the main character, he rides back to his sack instead of chasing after the white moonlight because the white moonlight threatened their sack. So he gets back there. And everybody's there. Everyone who's supposed to be at Cousin's Bio Dad's sack, they're there. And they're accusing him of working with the white moonlight and slaughtering a bunch of people, specifically the disciples of the Cousin's Bio Dad's sack. And he's like, nope, that wasn't me. It was me, wasn't me, and I'm gonna, confirm my crimes and sins, but that was me, but not me. Like, he doesn't fully explain that part, but, like, how can he? But he does explain everything he knows, which is that the white moonlight and past life moonlight are the same person. One is just the older version of the other. He explains how they did it, how the past self came from the past to the, from the future to the past, and they're working together, how they tricked and used the best girl's dad until they didn't need him anymore and then got rid of him. How they used him to nurture their powers and convention to be better than it originally was, make them stronger so they could puppet and do their puppeteer work. Like, he's explaining all the facts. Now, he doesn't have any proof to really back him up, but his facts are enough for the Cousin's Bio Dad to back him up, and his uncle is backing him up. They're like, you know what? You might not have evidence, but your facts are making sense. He also informs everyone that the male lead was kidnapped by the white moonlight and how he and the male lead don't have master or student relationship anymore. But, like, he's like, here's all the evidence to prove their crimes and sins. And yes, I'm going to admit to my crimes and sins, but they have crimes and sins too, and these two are working together. Like,